Welcome to the Snapshots of History channel. Hey! Today we're looking at some of the most famous photos that changed history. These pictures are more than just images. They have powerful stories behind them. Let's dive in and see why these photos are so important. Let's get started. This is a famous photograph from World War II showing a little girl sitting among the ruins, holding her doll. She is perched on a wooden beam amidst destroyed buildings, symbolizing the horrors of war and its impact on children. The image is powerful in its simplicity, highlighting the stark contrast between the child's innocence and the surrounding chaos and devastation. This photo captures a historic moment from the 1967 Boston Marathon when Catherine Switzer, number 261, became the first woman to officially register and run in the race. The image shows one of the race officials trying to stop her and pull her off the course, as women's participation was not allowed at the time. However, other runners supported her, and Switzer finished the race, forever changing the history of sports. This iconic photograph depicts soldiers landing on Omaha Beach during D-Day, June 6, 1944. It was part of the Allied invasion of Normandy in World War II, the largest seaborne invasion in history. In the image, American troops are seen wading through water toward the heavily fortified French coast, under intense fire from German forces. This marked a critical turning point in the war, leading to the liberation of Nazi-occupied Western Europe. This photo captures the streets of New York City after the end of World War II in 1945. People are sitting among piles of paper thrown from windows in celebration of Victory Day. The confetti symbolizes the joy and relief felt across the country after the long years of war. This moment encapsulates the collective celebration and hopes for a brighter future. This iconic photo was taken during President John F. Kennedy's funeral in 1963. 3-year-old John F. Kennedy Jr. stands beside his mother, Jacqueline Kennedy, and salutes his father's casket. This touching and symbolic moment became one of the most memorable images from those somber days, representing the nation's farewell to its fallen leader. This powerful photo depicts an American soldier sitting in a moment of complete exhaustion and despair during the Vietnam War. The image captures the emotional and physical toll of war faced by soldiers. This photo features Annette Kellerman, a famous swimmer and actress from the early 20th century. She was the first woman to publicly wear a form-fitting swimsuit, which caused quite a stir at the time. Kellerman advocated for women's right to wear more comfortable and functional swimwear, which eventually revolutionized fashion and perceptions of women's athletic attire. This photo depicts a group of young workers photographed in the early 20th century at a mine in the United States. At that time, child labor was common, and many children worked in harsh conditions to survive. The boys' faces reflect the fatigue and toughness of their lives. This image became a symbol of the fight for children's rights and the improvement of labor conditions. This photo shows Elvis Presley during his service in the U.S. Army in 1958. Despite his worldwide fame, Elvis, like all young men of that time, was drafted into the military. His service became a significant moment in his career and life, demonstrating his dedication to his country and willingness to fulfill his duties, despite his immense popularity. This heartwarming photo shows a boy beaming with joy as he receives a new pair of shoes after World War II. The moment symbolizes the happiness found in simple things during difficult times, where even something as basic as shoes could bring immense joy. This historic photo captures the construction of the Berlin Wall in 1961. The wall was built to separate East and West Berlin, becoming a symbol of the Cold War and the division of the world into two blocks, capitalist and communist. This photo shows the mushroom cloud from the atomic bomb explosion over the Japanese city of Nagasaki, dropped on August 9, 1945. The explosion claimed tens of thousands of lives and was the second use of atomic weaponry, following Hiroshima. This event led to Japan's surrender and the end of World War II, but it also symbolized the dawn of the nuclear age and the immense destructive power it holds. This photograph, taken in 1908 by renowned photographer Louis Hine, shows a young girl working in a cotton mill. It symbolizes the harsh reality of child labor, which was common in the early 20th century. Hine used his photography to raise awareness about the conditions children faced at work, and his efforts played a significant role in reforming labor laws. In this photo, a group of soldiers surrounds an instructor, pointing bayonets at him. This is likely a training exercise during military preparation before deployment to the front lines in World War II. This photo was taken in 1964 at the Madsen Motor Lodge in St. Augustine, Florida. It captures the moment when the motel owner poured acid into the pool to force African-American civil rights activists out as they were protesting racial segregation. This incident drew public attention to the issue of segregation and became a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement in the U.S. This photo captures an incident known as the Soiling of Old Glory, which occurred in Boston in 1976. During a protest against school desegregation, a young man wielding the U.S. flag attacks African-American lawyer Ted Landsmark. This moment became a powerful symbol of racial tension in the U.S. and a striking example of the conflicts tied to the civil rights movement. This photo features Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., one of the most influential leaders of the civil rights movement in the U.S. His powerful speeches, such as the famous "I Have a Dream," inspired millions to fight for equality and justice. This photo shows an elderly Armenian woman holding a Kalashnikov rifle. The image was taken during the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict in the late 20th century. This picture became a symbol of the determination and resilience of elderly people defending their land during war. This photo shows a man before and after one of the first facial reconstructive surgeries performed after a severe injury. These surgeries were carried out for soldiers who suffered injuries during World War I. These reconstructions marked the beginning of modern plastic surgery, helping veterans regain not only their appearance, but also their self-confidence. This photo features women on roller skates participating in a campaign urging people to save fuel during World War II. The sign reads, "Do your bit, skate to work, save gas." This image reflects the creative ways people contributed to resource conservation during the war years when many materials, including fuel, were in short supply.